I'm going to be ranking the top 100 budget cards right now in NBA 2K23 My Team. We have a tier list here ranking from S that goes all the way down to F tier. And like I said, we got the top 100 budget cards currently in my team. And that's going to be any card under 30,000 MT. But a lot of these guys on this tier list will only cost about 10k, 5k, 15k, 25,000. But there might be a couple cards that are in that 30,000 MT price range. And yeah, these are just going to be the top 100 budget cards in my team. And I'll be ranking them from S all the way down to F tier. So the first budget card here is going to be Al Horford. I would say just because of his size at shooting guard, you probably got to give him at least the C tier category. He's 6'10" at shooting guard, 7-foot wingspan, and I would say like is a shorter budget version of Big Z because of his height at the shooting guard position and also the defense he does bring to the table with a 90 block, 90 steal, 92 perimeter, 92 interior defense. But then he's also a lot more athletic and quicker than a guy like Big Z. I'm not saying that he's better than him. I'm just saying he's sort of like a budget kind of, I would say, worse budget version of Big Z. And I think overall for a 100 card budget tier list, I think he's probably going to be somewhere in C tier. Trevor Ariza, I would put in B tier, just slightly above Al Horford. I think he's a better defender. I think he's got a much better jump shot and also slightly better dribble saves and just moves a little bit better in game, but very similar cards. But I think Trevor Ariza going to be somewhere in that B tier category. DeAndre Ayton, I think he's not bad. I'll probably put him in C tier. Like, he's a solid budget card. He's like under 5,000 MT for even his Evo Pink Diamond version. He's a 7'1" center with a 7'4" wingspan. He's going to give you solid defense, 95 block, 92 steal, 88 perimeter, 95 interior defense. He has some pretty good Hall of Fame defensive badges. His jump shot though isn't the best and only does have a 73 3 ball and no shooting badges in the game, but still I think for a budget center, probably going to be somewhere in that C tier category. Scotty Barnes, I think you probably got to give at least the A tier category too, maybe even a little bit higher. Like, Scotty Barnes is still a really good all-around point guard and he only costs about 15 to 20,000 MT. He's going to be a 6'8" point guard, 7'2" wingspan, elite defensive card, 94 block, 96 steal, 95 perimeter, 93 interior defense. He's great at getting to the basket, has amazing dribble saves. His jump shot isn't the best, and I would say that's the one thing really holding this card back, because if you gave him a top level jump shot in the game, he would be one of the best just point guards in my team in general, especially for his price tag. But I think for now, Scotty Barnes going to be in B tier, but I could definitely see him getting moved up to A tier later in the video. Is this Damian Lillard? I would say probably D tier. There's a lot of bad short point guards on this tier list, like Speedy Claxton, Allen Iverson. So I think Dame's not as bad as those cards, but he's still going to be undersized. And I definitely think like cards like DeAndre Ayton and Al Horford are slightly better. Shane Battier, I think you probably give either B or A tier too. Like, I think Shane Battier is a really good just a two-way small forward, can also play shooting guard, great defensive card, and just another Trevor Ariza. I think if you want to put both these guys in A tier, I think you kind of have to move them at the same tier. Looking at the next card, going to be AK-47. I would say is most likely a top 10 to 15 budget card in the game. That's kind of where my S tier is going to be. So AK, I mean, still a top level small forward, debatably top 10 small forward in the game, still one of the best on-ball defenders. I think easily going to be in the S tier category. Dino Raja, I would say is probably high C tier or low B tier. He just doesn't have the greatest stats and badges. He's still got a really good wingspan though. Like, I think he's runnable in game. I just think there's a lot better power forwards even for the budget price. So I'm gonna go Dino Raja for now in the C tier category. Elgin Baylor, I would say is probably also C tier, or maybe, I would go Elgin Baylor in B. He's a really good point guard. He's a little bit not undersized, but he's a little bit shorter, but still does have a great jump shot, has some pretty good dribble saves. So I would say Elgin Baylor gonna be in B tier. Lou Dort, I think I'm gonna have to put in D. He's super short, just like Dame at the point guard position. Like, if you look at his height, he's only 6'3" with a 6'8" wingspan. Yes, he does bring great defense to the table with a 90 block, 98 steal, 98 perimeter, 94 interior defense. He does have some amazing Hall of Fame defensive badges, but the jump shot isn't great, the SIGs aren't great, so I think animations wise, this card does let himself down. But I think Lou Dort probably still going to be in the D tier category. Gallinari, I'll put in C tier just because of his height, just because he's 6'10" at small forward and has an okay jump shot, but this card really isn't that great at small forward in my opinion. Kyle Kuzma, on the other hand, is a very elite small forward. Is he going to be a top 10 budget card in the game, top 10 to 15? I'm not 100% sure. I will put him in A tier for now, but I could definitely see Kyle Kuzma being in the S tier category. Isaac Bonga, I think you probably put in the same tier as an Elgin Baylor and a Scottie Pippen. I think are all very similar at the point guard position. I mean, Isaac Bonga's got some pretty good size for point guard and also a very quick jump shot. DeMarcus Cousins, I would say probably high C tier, on the same level as a Dino Raja, a DeAndre Ayton, you know, at that center and power forward position. I think Bruce Bowen and Malachi Branham probably also going to be in C tier. They're not bad budget cards. Like, I think Tom Chambers probably also going to be in C. I think Christian Braun, though, is probably D tier. I just really don't think Christian Braun is anything special. I think it's pronounced Christian Brown, but it looks like it's spelled Braun, but I think it's Christian Brown. You know, 6'6" at shooting guard, not the best of jump shot. He does have really good dribble sigs, and he's great at getting to the basket, but I mean, I guess I could put him in C. Yeah, I'll go Christian Brown somewhere in that C tier category. Jonathan Bender, I think you got to give at least A tier to. I mean, 7 foot at small forward, has a very good jump shot, you know, great dribble sigs, and he's just overall super glitchy at that small forward position. Karis LeVert, I think probably also going to be in C tier. He's just another solid shooting guard in the game. Doesn't really have any necessary flaws. He's just a very well-rounded shooting guard. I think Cedric Maxwell probably going to be in B tier. A really, really good small forward, especially on offense. I mean, I could actually see Cedric Maxwell being in the A tier category, but for now, I want to keep him in B tier. He's got a great jump shot with the O'Shea base and the Rudy Gay upper on very quick timing. Mo Bamba, I'm putting an A tier, man. I think Mo Bamba is super elite at power forward and center and one of the best budget bigs in the game. I really like his versatility, able to play the 5. He's 7 foot with a 7'10" wingspan, really good defensive stats and badges, so he can definitely play center, but then you can also slide him over to power forward. He's got enough speed with being 92 speed, 92 acceleration, and then he's also going to have amazing size for power forward and a very capable jump shot. So I think Mo Bamba going to be an A tier budget card. Antoine Jameson, I would say probably B tier. Like, he's still a pretty good shooting guard, has a good jump shot and very solid defensive stats and badges. Chuck Nivette probably going to have to be our first F tier budget card. I mean, he's just too slow, doesn't have a 3 ball. I know he's tall and can mash and be a good paint defender. He's just basically unusable with 25 speed and 25 acceleration. Kobe White, probably another C tier budget card. Luol Deng, on the other hand, I think probably going to be an A. I would say maybe even the S tier category. Luol Deng, 6'9" at small forward, can also play shooting guard, has really good dribble sigs and a very solid jump shot. So I'm gonna go Luol Deng in S tier for now. Ousmane Dieng, I think is probably gonna be an A tier. A 6'10" point guard, 7'2" wingspan, gives you great defense, has an okay jump shot, pretty good dribble sigs, but mainly just because of his size, has to be an A tier budget card in my opinion. Diop, I think, is probably another C tier guy on the same level as a DeAndre Ayton, Dino Raja, DeMarcus Cousins. I think they're all going to be in that C tier category. Drazen Petrovic, I'm putting in D tier. He's just not that great of a card, to be honest. He just doesn't have that great of a jump shot and is kind of undersized for a shooting guard. Dyson Daniels, I'm putting in B tier for sure. I think Dyson Daniels is on the same level as an Isaac Bonga, Elgin Baylor, you know, even a Scotty Barnes. Like, I think Dyson Daniels could even potentially be in the A tier category. I think he's a really, really good budget point guard for like under 5,000 MT. Steve Francis, probably on the same tier as a Lou Dort and a Dame. I think same thing with Markelle Fultz. I think these 3 point guards are very similar. Grant Williams, though, I just don't like this card. I feel like he does pretty much nothing for you on your court. Danny Green, I'll probably give B tier to. I think Danny Green's actually probably one of the more underrated budget cards in the game, because you look at him, right? He's 6'6" at shooting guard, 6'10" wingspan. We know he's going to be a great defensive card, and then they gave this man such good dribble sigs with the Steph Curry size up, the Trey escape, Zach LaVine behind the back, quick drops off one. He's got an elite level jump shot in the catch and shoot, and he also does have pretty solid defensive tendencies. So Danny Green, I think, is probably actually going to be in B tier. Gus Williams, gotta go in F. Jaden Hardy, I think, actually will be in C tier. He's a solid point guard. Even though he's undersized, he's actually really good offensively. I think he's probably going to be somewhere in that low C tier category. Hassan Whiteside, I'm putting in B. I think he's a little bit better than a Dino Raja, a DeAndre Ayton, a Diop. I think he's a little bit better. He's a great shot blocker, a really good interior defender, and then I don't hate his jump shot. I think it's somewhat greenable in game. Hedo Turkoglu, easy S tier budget card. I would say one of the best budget cards in my team. He's 6'10" at point guard, has an elite level jump shot, really good dribble sigs with the Kyle Lowry size up, the Curry escape. I mean, this card we all know is just one of the best budget cards. Herb Jones, I would say same tier as Al Horford. Very similar shooting guards, are very good defensively, just not the best on offense. Iguodala, I would say, is probably C tier, just that one step below a Isaac Bonga, Elgin Baylor, a Dyson Daniels, a Scotty Barnes. I think he's probably just that one step below those type of guys. Jay Crowder, probably also going to be in C tier. Jalen Williams probably also going to be in C. He's just very solid, like they're just very solid shooting guards, you know, for a budget price. They're not like Danny Green or Antoine Jameson or Trevor Ariza or Shane Battier, but I also don't think they're as bad as like a Marco Fultz or a Drazen Petrovic. I think they're going to be somewhere in C tier. Jason Williams, I mean, this card's what, 6 foot and can't even dunk, so I just don't know if you can really even put him in I don't think you can put him any higher than F tier. 6'1" at point guard. I mean, he can dunk, but the jump shot isn't great. I just think he's way too undersized and going to be probably in that F tier category. Looking at the next budget card here is going to be Jaylen Brown. I think one of the first Dark Matters. I would say Jaylen Brown in B or A tier. I still think he's solid. I don't know. I really do think he's solid. I don't know. I think Jaylen Brown could be potentially an A. Yeah, Jaylen Brown could be an A for sure, but I think I'm gonna go B tier for Jaylen Brown. Jeff Green, I'm gonna go C. Yeah, I don't know about Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown could definitely be in somewhere in that A tier category, but I'm gonna leave Jaylen Brown in B tier for now. Joe Johnson, another B tier guy. You know, he's super good at shooting guard, has an elite level jump shot, pretty good dribble sigs, he can move, he can defend, he's got pretty good size for shooting guard, so I'm gonna say Joe Johnson somewhere in B. Joe Ingles, on the other hand, I'm gonna go probably, I would say Joe Ingles is high B tier. Another great point guard, Scotty Barnes level, Dyson Daniels, Elgin Baylor, Isaac Bonga. I think all going to be very, very similar point guards. Josh Jackson's not bad. I'm going to go C tier. Like, C tier is just where I put a lot of these, you know, just solid budget cards in the game. Not going to be terrible, but also not going to be like elite level budget cards. Cat, I think, probably is in C tier. Once again, like a DeMarcus Cousins, a Dino Raja type of level at this point. Keldon Johnson, I think he might be in D tier. I don't think Keldon Johnson is really anything great, to be honest. So yeah, I'm gonna say Keldon Johnson probably gonna be in D tier. Kelly Oubre Jr. I think is actually really good. I'm gonna go Kelly in B tier. I still think he's got a good jump shot. He's a solid defender. I do like Kelly Oubre. I'm gonna say he's gonna be in B. Sean Kemp, easy S tier budget card. Don't think there's really any debate with that. I mean, one of the best budget small forwards in the game. Great jump shot, really good dribble sigs, or solid dribble sigs, I should say, and then very good at getting to the rim. You know, he pretty much be dunking on everybody. Next card here is going to be KPJ. I would say another easy, at least A tier guy. I would say on the same level as a Ousmane Dieng at point guard. Is he on the same tier as Hedo Turkoglu? Not 100% sure, but we know KPJ is going to be amazing on offense, has one of my favorite jump shots in the game. Larry Hughes, I think, is a very similar point guard to Kevin Porter Jr. I think they're both going to be in that same tier. Great offensively, maybe not the best defensively. But yeah, I think they're all around just going to be great offensive budget cards. Rashard Lewis, just because of his size, kind of like Gallinari, I think probably going to be in C tier. Zach LaVine going to be in F. That card is honestly horrible. Luke Walton going to be in B. Yeah, I think Luke Walton, another Dyson Daniels, another Elgin Baylor, Scotty Barnes, Joe Ingles, just a very good point guard. Like, he ran the game, you know, for the budget point guard for a while. Now I think there's some better point guards like KPJ, Larry Hughes, Ousmane Dieng, Hedo Turkoglu, but I still think you give Luol Deng somewhere in B tier. Sean Marion, I don't think this card is really anything great. I'll give him C tier just because, I don't know, man. I'll give him C tier just because of his defense, but I really don't think he's great. Another great budget point guard, though, Matisse Thybulle. Good defender, solid jump shot, really good dribble sigs. I think Matisse Thybulle on that Luke Walton type of level. Mike Miller, I think, also going to be in B tier. Has a good jump shot, you know, super good 6'8" shooting guard. I think he's just a really good offensive 2 guard for a budget price range. Harold Miner, I think you probably put in high B tier. I think he's like one step below a KPJ and a Larry Hughes. And once again, just another really good offensive point guard. I think he's going to end up in B tier. Morris Peterson, I really don't like this card too much. I'm going to say in C tier. High C tier though, just because he's a new card and does have, you know, a lot of really good stats and badges and has a very solid jump shot. But yeah, I don't think he's that great. Chris Mullin, I absolutely hate this card. I'm putting him in D tier. I just don't like Chris Mullin. I think all he can do is really shoot a 3, and he can't even do that at such a high level. George Mearson, another basically unusable card in the game, 25 speed, 25 acceleration, and can't shoot a 3 ball, so I think he's going to have to be an F tier. Miles Turner, I would say probably B. He's like a step above a DeMarcus Cousins, a Dino Raja, a Cat. I think he's like a step above those guys. I think he's a really good shot blocker and deserves to be somewhere in the B tier category. Steve Nash, just don't think he's that great of a point guard. Joakim Noah, on the other hand, though, I think Joakim Noah probably goes in S. I think he's such a good power forward in the game. Great defensively. They gave him a really good jump shot with the Christian Wood base, the Scottie Pippen upper. So, I mean, yeah, I would say Joakim Noah easily an S tier budget card. Lamar Odom, once again, just because of his size, like Rashard Lewis, like Gallinari, I don't think these cards are necessarily great cards. I just think they have decent size, you know, for their position. So I think Lamar Odom, I'll give him C tier. Paul Millsap, I would say is B. He's not really as good as I thought he would be. Like, he's a good small forward in the game. He's just not anything too special. I definitely don't think he's on the Kyle Kuzma or Jonathan Bender level at small forward. So I think Paul Millsap going to be somewhere in B tier. Pau Gasol, I think is actually pretty underrated. Is he an A tier though? I'm not sure. Like, Pau Gasol is actually solid, you know, for a power forward card. He might not necessarily be worth his price, but he's a 7-foot power forward, 7'5" wingspan. I do like this card's jump shot. He's got pretty good dribble sigs. I know it might sound crazy to say, but I'm putting Pau Gasol in the A tier category. I think he's actually a very solid budget card in my team. Peja Stojakovic, another Rashard Lewis, Lamar Odom type of card, just because he's 6'9" at shooting guard. I believe he's 6'9", right? Yeah, just because he's 6'9" at shooting guard, I think you probably got to give him at least, yeah, I would say probably at least in that, probably at least in that C tier category. For Peja Stojakovic, just because of his size. Pink Diamond Peter, I think is probably going to be an A or S. I'm gonna go A tier for now, but Peter's probably the best budget center in the game right now. I mean, 7'2" at the 5, 7'10" wingspan, and does have a very capable jump shot. Poku, I would say Poku probably in B. He's still a 7-foot small forward, has great size. I think he's probably like just a worse version of Jonathan Bender. Jordan Poole, I think is gonna have to be in D tier. I just don't think he's that great of a point guard, to be honest with you. Yeah, I just don't think he's that great of a point guard. Ray Allen, though, I will say is A tier. I do like him a little bit more than a Jaylen Brown type of card. I think he's great offensively, has a good jump shot, great at getting to the rim. I think Ray Allen probably going to be an A tier. Michael Redd, B tier, a solid shooting guard. Like, he's on that Danny Green, Kelly Oubre type of level. He's got a decent jump shot, some pretty good dribble sigs, and I think he can be great offensively. Reggie Lewis, I'm going to go high C tier, just somewhere in C. I think he's a solid budget card, nothing too special. Ricky Davis, I think has to be in the S tier category. Still one of the best offensive budget cards in the game with the Seth Curry base, the Oscar Robertson upper. I mean, great jump shot, really good dribble sigs. All around, I think he's probably going to be an S tier. Richard Jefferson, I like a lot. I'm going to put Richard Jefferson in like the B tier category. I think he's on the same tier as a Jaylen Brown. I can definitely see that just because of his defense and his size. Jalen Rose, I think you've got to put either high A tier or low S. I think he's probably going to be S though. Very similar point guard to a Hedo Turkoglu. I think these are the two best budget point guards in the game. Obviously, KPJ, Larry Hughes are great as well, but I think Hedo Turkoglu and Jalen Rose are just slightly better. Rudy Gobert, I'm gonna say on the same tier as like Hassan Whiteside. They both don't have great jump shots, but they give you great defense. They got great player models and great wingspan, so I think they're gonna have to be in B tier. Another B tier point guard I think is gonna be Rudy Fernandez, another guy that's on the same level as an Elgin Baylor, a Luke Walton, a Isaac Bonga. I think he's just a 6'6" Steph Curry. So yeah, I think Rudy Fernandez is gonna be in B tier. Sabonis, I think for me is also gonna be in B, especially this one because he's only gonna have 66 speed, 66 acceleration. I just don't think he's on the same level as a Pau Gasol, a Mo Bamba, or a Pink Diamond Peter, especially for this heroic version. If it was his hero version, I could definitely see the argument for A, because that plus 10 speed does make a whole world of a difference. Sabonis though, I think is probably A tier, on the same tier as Pau Gasol. I think they're very similar power forward and center cards. Brian Scalabrine, I would say B tier. It's not his hero version. His hero version would definitely be an S, but his hero is going for like 40-50k, so I think his heroic version is still probably going to be somewhere in B tier. Sengun, I think on the same tier as Scotty Barnes. Wherever you want to put Scotty Barnes, I think you also got to put Sengun. So if you want to move both those guys into the A tier category, then I think they both have to be moved at the same time. Very, very similar point guards from that out of position set. Seth Curry gonna have to be an F. I mean, I guess you could argue D. I'll go D tier for Seth Curry because Sean Bradley's going to be an F tier. I mean, just another giant card that's way too slow and doesn't have a 3-ball. Pascal Siakam, I actually like this card a lot. I know a lot of people are going to disagree. I would go high B tier. Like, I like Pascal Siakam a lot at the small forward position. Simbular, another giant card. Speedy Claxton, really short, only 5'11". Jalen Suggs, I just don't think is a great point guard. Thurl Bailey, I'm going S tier. Don't think there's really too much of a debate with Thurl Bailey. I mean, this card is just so overpowered at the power forward and small forward spot. He's basically just a budget version of Invincible Giannis. Time Lord, I would say, is probably in B tier just because of his defense and his size at small forward. I would probably give him that B tier category. Tony Kukoc, another B tier guy. Like, I think he could have a better jump shot. He does have really good dribble sigs. He's got really good tendencies. Like, he's all around a solid card. Tyson Chandler, I would go A tier, man. I think Tyson Chandler on the same level as Mo Bamba. I think he's a really good budget center card. Vladimir, I would say somewhere in C. He has really good animations, just not that great stats and badges. Jared Wallace, I would probably give low B tier too, like somewhere in the B tier category. Really good defensive shooting guard, maybe on the same levels like a Shane Battier or a Trevor Ariza. And then the last two cards here, I think Xavier McDaniel gonna be in B, a really underrated budget small forward, and then I think Thaddeus Young gonna be in that C tier category. So how many cards do we have in S? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we gotta move a lot of cards into the S tier category. I'm gonna go Kyle Kuzma for sure. I'm gonna go Pink Diamond Peter. I think he's one of the best. We could leave it at something like this just because that's our top 10 budget cards in the game. I think we'll leave it at this. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below what you guys would change about my top 100 card budget tier list. But I'm just going to quickly scroll through the tiers here. And if you guys want to pause the video and see where I put any of the cards, you guys can, pause the video and just see where I do rank a certain card. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. It took a long time, obviously, to record, edit, all that type of stuff. So hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.